The smartest guy in the room often has the least money. Sounds wrong, but it's happening every day. A straight A student graduates with honors. 10 years later, he's drowning in debt. Meanwhile, the kid who barely passed school owns a business, drives a nice car, and controls his own schedule. So what happened? Was the smart guy not smart enough? No. That's the trap. Intelligence and wealth are not the same game. School teaches people how to solve problems. Money rewards people for finding opportunities. Big difference. A lot of highly intelligent people spend years collecting knowledge. They read books, watch documentaries, take courses, earn certificates. And somehow, their bank account stays exactly the same. Because knowledge feels productive. But knowledge without action is entertainment. Look, your brain loves certainty. It wants proof before taking risks. Smart people are especially vulnerable to this. They want the perfect plan, the perfect timing, the perfect decision. And while they're still thinking, someone less qualified is already doing. The frightening part is, the longer you wait to be ready, the more comfortable waiting becomes. And that's only the first reason smart people stay broke. Because the next mistake is even worse, a mistake that makes intelligent people work harder while getting poorer. The highest performing students often become the highest performing employees. Sounds like a compliment. It's actually a warning. Think about it. For most of their lives, smart people are rewarded for following instructions. Get good grades, follow the rules, complete the assignment, pass the test. Repeat. Their brains become wired to seek approval from systems. Then adulthood arrives, and the money game changes completely. Suddenly, nobody pays you for effort. Nobody pays you for being the smartest. Nobody pays you for having potential. People pay for value. That's it. A brilliant engineer can spend years making a company millions, yet the owner makes 10 times more. Why? Because the owner controls the asset, not just the work. Get this. Many smart people become addicted to achievement, not wealth creation. They chase titles, degrees, promotions, recognition. And while those things feel important, none of them automatically create financial freedom. The world is full of highly educated people living paycheck to paycheck. Not because they're lazy, because they learned how to earn, not how to own. And once you understand ownership, another uncomfortable truth appears. One that explains why overthinking destroys more wealth than failure ever could. Smart people see too many possibilities. That's the problem. Imagine two people looking at the same opportunity. The first person says, "Let's try it." The second person says, "Wait, what if the market changes? What if competition enters? What if regulations shift? What if customers don't buy?" Guess who usually starts first? The first person. Guess who learns faster? The first person. Psychologists call this analysis paralysis. The brain becomes trapped in endless evaluation. Every option creates another option. Every answer creates another question. And eventually, nothing happens. Look around. Some people fail their way into success. They launch bad businesses, create ugly content, make terrible first attempts. But they learn. Smart people often want excellence before action. The market doesn't care. The market rewards motion, not perfection. Anyway, here's something strange. The fear isn't actually failure. Most smart people can handle failure. The real fear is looking stupid. And that fear quietly keeps them stuck. But wait until you hear what happens when intelligence meets ego, because that's where many fortunes disappear. Being smart feels good, really good, sometimes too good. The moment people start identifying themselves as the smart one, they become vulnerable, because now they have something to protect: their image, their reputation, their identity. So when opportunities appear outside their expertise, they ignore them. A software expert dismisses sales. A doctor ignores investing. A professor laughs at entrepreneurship. Not because those things don't work, because admitting ignorance feels uncomfortable. Meanwhile, successful people often ask embarrassing questions. Simple questions. Questions that make them look inexperienced. But those questions help them grow faster. There's a saying, what got you here won't get you there. Many intelligent people build walls out of their strengths, and then wonder why they're stuck. The skills that made them successful in one area become limitations in another. And the next reason smart people stay broke might be the most dangerous one yet, because it feels completely logical. Smart people often choose safe paths, good schools, good jobs, good salaries. Nothing wrong with that, until it becomes a cage. Here's the issue. A salary has a ceiling. Time doesn't multiply. You only have 24 hours. The wealthy eventually learn a different lesson. They stop asking, how can I earn more? And start asking, how can this work without me? That's a different game. Assets, investments, businesses, systems, content, royalties, things that continue producing value after the work is done. A brilliant employee can earn a great income. But if that income stops the moment they stop working, they're still trading hours for dollars. And that's exhausting. Year after year, decade after decade. The smartest people aren't always the richest. The people who build systems often win. But one final psychological mistake ties everything together. And it's probably happening inside your own mind right now. Most financial problems start long before money enters the picture. They start with identity. Deep down, many smart people believe money belongs to someone else. Business people, salespeople, investors, rich families, lucky people, not them. So they unconsciously avoid wealth-building behaviors. They stay in learning mode, planning mode, research mode, preparation mode, anything except execution mode. Because action creates accountability. Action creates uncertainty. Action creates the possibility of failure. But it also creates the possibility of freedom. Here's the lesson. Intelligence is a tool, not a guarantee. Knowledge matters, but action matters more. Perfection doesn't build wealth. Movement does. Degrees don't build wealth. Value does. Thinking doesn't build wealth. Execution does. And the next time you see someone less intelligent becoming more successful, don't ask what they know. Ask what they're doing. Because the smartest guy in the room often has the least money, unless he finally learns the one lesson school never taught him. The lesson that starts the moment he stops waiting, stops overthinking, stops chasing approval, and realizes that maybe the smartest guy in the room often has the least money because he's still thinking while everyone else is already moving. If this changed the way you see money, hit subscribe and watch the next video. Because the reason hardworking people stay poor is even more shocking, and it begins with a habit most people repeat tomorrow morning when they wake up and start thinking instead of moving.